All right, so I got a cool one for you guys today. This is a 1985 Toyota pickup. Very quirky truck, very old school in here. Nothing luxurious. It's definitely a far cry from any modern car I've been in. Probably the quirkiest thing about this truck is it doesn't even have a name. It's just called the pickup. In other markets, this was known as the Hilux, but in North America, just the pickup, and I suppose you could get away with that in 1985. We're going to start it up. This is the key right here. Very simple key. 4-speed manual. All right, and it starts right up. This is the gauge cluster. No tachometer, no electronic anything, but it works. You got your hazard lights right here. Got a little coin tray. You have your gauge cluster dimmer switch right here. This is your horn. Let's see what else. Got these old school climate controls right here. All the way over here for cool, all the way over here for warm, and they just feel really cool to touch. It feels like you're like adjusting an old clock or something. Very neat. Like I said, 4-speed manual. So I'll go over. There's first, second, third, fourth, and reverse is over, and sometimes you have to put in second, and then that's reverse. It's a pretty like loose feeling shifter, but surprisingly it's also got kind of a slick action to it. It's got like a pretty decent feel for such an old truck. I'll do a little walk around. I'll show you guys around the truck. First I'll shut it off, press the button, remove the key. All right, so this is what it looks like on the outside. It's got some rust. Show you around the front. Yeah, it's seen better days, but it's definitely a reliable truck. It hasn't really had any issues. Nice Toyota badge on it. Decent sized bed, although this is definitely a low pickup truck. Got this 80s style door handle. It uses a 2.4 liter carbureted 4-cylinder, making, I believe it's 100 horsepower. Some websites quote 97, other websites quote like 103, but right around 100 horsepower. You got a bench seat across, and these seats do not adjust, so you kind of have to get in and hope that you fit okay in here. Me personally, I fit fine. I can reach the pedals just fine. So if you're like an average size adult, it should be fine for you. But yeah, no adjusting seats in here. Definitely couldn't get away with that today. All right, we're gonna start it up. I'll let you guys hear the little buzzing chime here. Oh, it doesn't make one. Okay. My seatbelt on. Good visibility, I can see pretty well. No power steering in this truck, so you kind of have to crank the wheel when you're at parking lot speeds. Definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. And this is a dead end. Gonna go around here. Once you're up and moving though, I mean, it's pretty fine. You don't really notice. It's definitely a heavier steering when you're really when you really have to crank the wheel. You can definitely tell it's got no power steering, but with a little bit of muscle, it's fine. You get used to it. clear. All right, setting off. Like I said, not the fastest thing in the world. Takes its time. The steering, once you're on the road, it's pretty light actually. It doesn't respond the quickest. It's got a good inch of travel on either side before it starts doing anything. Take it around this little bend here. It doesn't handle too bad for an 80s car, for an 80s pickup truck. It doesn't handle bad. Feels like a car from this era. It's pretty light feeling. It's got just a very kind of airy feel. It surprisingly glides down the road pretty well. I have good visibility. I have a good view at the front windshield. These side mirrors are pretty tiny. That was just common in the 80s. No car had like big mirrors like we have today. But I can see out of them. They work. You just have to check your blind spot and you'll be fine. One of my favorite roads to drive on here. Like I said, it's a 2.4 liter carbureted 4-cylinder. And it sounds kind of like a snowblower. Around corners, it's pretty manageable. It doesn't feel totally unsafe when you go around a corner. It feels pretty normal, honestly. I'm not noticing like a ton of body lean or anything like that. Of course, these wheels are small. I believe these are only 15-inch wheels. So I definitely don't want to push it around the corners. If you're just like going around a normal back road like this, the handling will feel fine. Ride quality, I felt that pothole back there, definitely. You feel the bumps in this truck, no doubt about that. But on a smooth, when I'm on smooth pavement like right now, I honestly can't really complain about the ride. It just kind of glides down the pavement. Very smooth clutch action in this truck. It's a very easy stick shift to drive. You just don't really have to do much. It just kind of, you just like let off the clutch. You gotta finesse it a little bit, just like any manual. But yeah, it's a lot of fun rowing through the gears in this truck. It's surprisingly a slick feeling stick shift. Engages near the top of the clutch, but still the clutch is very predictable. And this thing gets up to speed. I mean, it's no slouch. It's manageable. You can daily drive this. I got up to 50, no problems. This car feels fairly sure-footed. Steering could be a little bit more predictable and precise, but this is an 80s car. It's over 30 years old, so I'm not gonna be expecting the most modern driving feel. Blind corner here. Looks like we're good. Taking it around that corner. Yeah, not too bad. mean, I still can't get over how easy it is to shift gears in this truck. You feel like you're like Jeremy Clarkson or something, I swear. A lot of road noise in this truck. It's not like that Lexus I reviewed. What can you expect? It's a 1985 truck. Not the most isolating experience, but I like it. We're gonna take it on the highway here. Thankfully, I have a pretty big on-ramp to accelerate. I'd be a little nervous trying this on like a tiny little on-ramp. Takes some time to get up to 60, and it's loud. It is loud on the highway. These brakes actually don't feel bad. They have a good bite to them. They respond pretty normally, honestly, for like, I mean, it wouldn't be unusual to have this kind of feel in like a modern car. Smooth clutch action. Gonna get back on the highway here. That's a Chevy SS. Not gonna cut in front of him. Look at him, he wants to go fast. All right. There's F-150, we should be good. Flooring it here. Man, these are big potholes. It's not always the easiest checking your blind spot in here, just because the cab just kind of ends and you're relying on the back window to check your blind spot. That does take some getting used to. gonna try this cloverleaf. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, feels pretty normal. I don't feel encouraged to like fly around this corner. But it feels pretty normal. I can't really complain. Like I said, good visibility. I mean, I can just see everything. The only visibility issue I had was checking my blind spot. But that just comes with the territory. I'm sure you get used to it. The Accelerator, it feels like an older car, and a lot of these newer cars with the drive-by-wire system kind of feel like a video game, and they don't really have that same crisp response that the old cars had. This car, the Accelerator, has a nice crisp response, and you feel like you're doing something. You feel like you're connected with the engine when you step on it. Once again, we'll test this little corner out here. Yeah, not too bad. I'm not thrashing it, but it's not too bad when you're just driving normally. I do kind of miss this open and airy feel when you're just driving down the road. A lot of modern cars are so isolated, you just don't feel as connected. It glides along impressively well for an 80s car, and it doesn't handle half bad either. We're gonna give it the beans here, flooring it. Okay, so, you know, when you floor it, it still takes a little bit of time, but it's not like I'm not able to like keep up with traffic. It would be nice if it was just a little bit faster, but for 100 horsepower, this is such a light truck. I'll put the weight in the video because I don't know it offhand. Gonna have to downshift for this hill. It struggles a little bit getting up the hills, I will say that. To get around this other corner here. Yeah, when you're going just a little bit too, like a little bit fast, it's not the most confidence inspiring. You don't want to push this truck past what it's capable of doing. As I said, fun to row through the gears, a lot of fun. I think the fact that this is such an easy manual car, the Accelerator has a nice feel to it, a nice visceral feel to it. The fact that the shifter is like pretty slick and pretty easy to just slide it into gear, it makes it a very fun experience. I think that might be the only car that's slower than mine on the road right now. Alright, so that concludes my review on this 1985 Toyota pickup. Push the button, turn the key out. I like this truck. It's very different from a modern car. It's a lot more visceral of an experience. I like this 4-speed manual. It was a blast shifting through the gears, and clutch action is very smooth. You don't have to put a whole lot of legwork into it, and when you let off, it's easy to tell where the catch point is, which I like. Like I said, Accelerator, it's got a nice old school feel to it. You can definitely tell it's cable driven. 190,000 miles on this truck, and it's still going strong. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my review on this truck. We're gonna give it a little lock here. All right, thanks for watching, everyone.